Hey guys, Kongno2000 here, and today I'm going to be going through my top 5 favourite Sonic the Hedgehog stages. Now for this list, I'll be going through my 5 favourite stages from the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and for this list I'll be excluding boss fights, so let's get into it. Number 5, Empire City from Sonic Unleashed. Now the stages in Sonic Unleashed were interesting as they followed a theme from a place in the world that we live in, and Empire City was based around the American city based around New York and San Francisco. And to be honest, that's kind of one of the reasons why I like this level, is because you could relate to it in a way, as it was based off a place in real life. And I found this area just more memorable for me than all the others in Sonic Unleashed, as the level consists of you running on highways, rooftops, and grinding between buildings and stuff like that. And there's even a sequence where you're getting chased by robots right down a highway, and that was kind of cool. And another reason why I like the stage is the theme for it. The theme really suits this stage, and I found got me into the mood of the level. There was one problem that I always encountered with that level, and that was its difficulty. Empire City was one of the levels you'd unlock later in the game, and as Sonic Unleashed progressed on, the levels would get more difficult. Though I found this level was quite more difficult than the others, as there were a lot of areas where you could instantly fall to your death, and that was something, and that made getting S ranks quite hard. That's also on top of the interesting control scheme that Sonic Unleashed had, with the jump button and the homing attack button being different, and that kind of threw me off all the time, making this is also the hardest. I found this level quite one of the more harder levels that are in this on this list, but that didn't really throw away from the experience. I just found it was maybe a little too difficult. Maybe I'm just shit or something. Number 4, Radical Highway from Sonic Adventure 2. Now Sonic Adventure 2 is easily one of my most favourite Sonic games, and it had a lot of memorable levels in it. Ones that come to mind for me are City Escape and Sky Rail, but Radical Highway was the one that is the level that always sticks out in my head when I think about it, and it's mainly because of its the way it was designed. The first level you get to fully play as Shadow in the game, and so making it one of the easier levels, but it still has that. But it never really and it was actually quite a good level just to kick off how Shadow worked and everything, giving you a full idea of how Shadow worked, and that's something I liked about it, that it kind of was a good introduction for this new character. But the main reason I really like this level is because of its theme. I really like this theme for this level, and it really suits it quite well, as you've got a really kind of dark, mysterious character running through a highway while being chased by the army, and it kind of gave you that. I just found it was quite suiting. Though the only problem I really had with it was that Radical Highway reminded me too much of Speed Highway from the original Sonic Adventure game, and it kind of felt like it was a copy, but that doesn't really take away too much from the experience. But yeah, it does make me think otherwise. Number 3, Westopolis from Shadow the Hedgehog. Westopolis is the opening stage for Shadow the Hedgehog, and this level literally chucks you right into action with as Shadow is diving through a bunch of buildings that are exploding, so it definitely throws you into the action quite quickly, and it introduces you to the idea of having choice throughout the levels, where with you either helping Sonic out, defeating all the aliens, helping Black Doom out and killing all the soldiers, or you could go do your own thing and just go through the level and get to the Emerald, Chaos Emerald on the other side of the other side of the level. And that's the one, and that's kind of the mission I prefer doing, as it helps me enjoy the level a lot more. I'm not trying to focus on finding every single enemy, and I can just run through a city being ravaged by an alien invasion. That's kind of one of the reasons why I like this level as well, as it suits the story quite well, where an alien invasion is taking place, and it chucks you right into the middle of that as you're running through a city being ravaged by destruction and stuff. And it was really like the idea of that, and like running through a city being ravaged by destruction. It's not already destroyed or a city that is not destroyed at all. It's in that area where it's in the process of being destroyed, and it's not really something I've seen happen often in many Sonic levels, so this definitely stands out from the rest. Number 2, Speed Highway from Sonic Adventures. Now, Speed Highway can be summarized quite easily as being a highway built for Sonic, and that's one of the reasons why I like this level. It's perfectly tailored for Sonic, and that makes it, and as it's got a bunch of loop-de-loops, you got stages where you can run on sides of buildings, or at some points even down, at one point down a building while being chased by robot police, and that's quite cool, as the fact of how they did it. It's definitely not one of the most complex levels, but that's one of the reasons why I like it. It doesn't overcomplicate things, and it still holds a little bit of a challenge for people trying to get the fastest run they can. And when you finally beat the level on the final mission for Speed Highway, you feel quite proud of yourself being able to beat the level under the time limits set for you. But then you feel like you want to try go even faster, and that's another reason why I like this level. I always want to come back and try and beat my record, and not many other levels do that for me. And I really enjoyed the fact that they brought it back in Sonic Generations, as for both modern and classic. I always preferred playing the modern version better, as it reminded me more of the original version from Sonic Adventures. I mean, you got a lot of elements working. You got a really good design for a level that's been really thought about for the character, and it has a good theme. It has a good sound theme to it. Number 1, Mystic Mansion from Sonic Heroes. Now, this level is easily my favorite level of from any Sonic game out there, and that's because of one, it's how unique the level is. There's plenty of levels that are set in interiors, there isn't. This one was set inside a haunted mansion, and to be honest, that was something that really, when I first played this level, I was kind of taken by surprise, as being able to run inside a giant mansion that is haunted by ghosts and patrolled by robots. And it was definitely it's a unique experience, and it definitely gives you that feel of Halloween, as Sonic even mentions at the beginning of the level. And to be honest, this was one of the first levels that I've written. So this is the first level I ever tried specifically to get an A rank on after completing it, and it's not really any other levels I really did for that in Sonic Heroes, and that's something that really stood out for me. It also has in my opinion, the best suiting theme for any level, as the theme for this is just something something that always stays in my head, and it's never really gotten old for me. And this level has you going through at points where you're going through hallways, running through hallways, fighting large groups of enemies in giant rooms, and then going on a bobsled run in the middle, going for a bobsleigh run through what looks like a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that. And this is all inside a mansion. I mean, this place must be huge, and that's one thing. And that's also, and just the fact that you're in this whole point, you're inside of a mansion, and at the end of it, you even you end up into the point where your whole point of view and when you're running, and when you complete the level out on top of the mansion, basically you're running to the top of a mansion, and that's something that's really stood out for me from many other levels, and that's why it's my favorite level. And that concludes my list. Leave down in the comment sections what you thought of my favorite levels, and what your favorite level is from what your favorite Sonic stage is, and why you like it so much. And if you've got any ideas for any top 5s I should do, remember to leave them in the comments section as well. If you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. But until next time, goodbye.